welcome to the Property News on Magic Bricks Now, India's first property business channel. I'm Amata Balachandra. Let's take a look at the top headlines at this hour. Second installment of draft real estate regulator rules out. Centre introduces an anti-discriminatory clause in the second set of rules. Magic Bricks Now gives you a lowdown of all the details. Mega push for PM Modi's pet Smart City project. Narendra Modi will kick off 82 projects for the first Smart City 20 cities on Saturday in Pune. In Mumbai, heavy rains put Mumbai civic body, the BMC, to test wild traffic, and Mumbai locals come to near standstill. Mumbai roads pass the initial rain test. Straight up to the top story of the day, developers will have to sell homes to all those capable of buying it. No discrimination can be made against buyers on grounds of gender, caste, religion, etc. These are part of the second installment of draft rules released by the Centre for the Real Estate Regulatory Authority. Now, viewers would recall that after the act was passed, the government had released one set of rules. Magic Bricks Now editor Faye D'Souza joins us from Chennai with all the details.
The aspects of information will have to be declared by the promoter while he registers a project. This ranges from details of the project to details of the promoter himself, any sort of litigation, title deeds of the land, specifics on permissions sought and permissions received on that project. That will have to be uploaded onto the website. 60 different aspects have been listed out. Also, ongoing projects that have not received their final certificate will also have to register. They will be given 3 months to provide those 60 details, and they will have to be registered. So that sort of bone of contention that the industry had on whether or not ongoing projects would be in the purview, they will be in the purview. That's part of the rule. Very interesting. Interest to be paid by the developer to allottees on delays and vice versa has been set as the SBI rate plus 2%. That's uniform on both sides. That's another big piece of information that's coming out. And of course, the developer will have to update details on the website within 7 days of the expiry of every quarter. This will include how many bookings in the project, what is the status of construction, what is the status of approvals, and other sort of details. And of course, when it comes to actual penalization, 10% of the cost of the project or imprisonment of the promoter in case an order of the tribunal has not been followed. This also holds good for real estate agents. If there's an order from the real estate tribunal, the appellate tribunal that's been made that has not been followed, has been violated, then there is imprisonment for real estate agents as well. They will also have to register. A registration fee has been specified for real estate agents as well. So these rules have come out this evening. Anybody watching who wants to, provide their suggestions to the central government, you have the next 2 weeks to do so.
All right, Faye, thank you for helping us break that down. Also, earlier today, we caught up with Uday Vavikar, VP, Consumer Court Bar Association, Maharashtra and Goa, and Naveen Raheja, CMD of Raheja Developers, and they tell us how the RERA rules will impact the developers and home buyers. Listen in.
The real estate regulator draft rules have come. They are in connivance with the real estate regulator, and they are really welcome. They have not changed much, and I think I must compliment them. Most of the MOFA provisions also have been taken, and three main features of this real estate would really be good. One, I look at it as a transparency, and transparency means that the entire details of the project would be available within 7 days for the purpose of the buyers. And it will be quite transparent, including the financial condition of the company. Second is there are penalties imposed, even including imprisonment for violation of RERA, which is again a welcome. Question would be whether RERA will have a teeth and whether a person can be sent to the jail by the RERA adjudicating authority. Third thing is they have not yet any machinery. They have said that there will be a machinery at adjudicating officer and there will be a state level adjudicating authority. Both will be aided by judges, but there is no central level authority, which is indirectly meaning that you may have to go to a high court for appellate court, which we'll have to go through and see how, because then the entire idea will be going back to civil court. So there are many things, but overall I would welcome the rules and regulations really in conversation.
The rules have come, they are welcome. Everything is good for industry as such. It is, I would say that very, very, very customer friendly. But at the same time, we definitely have two big reservations. They have not covered authorities which give permissions and where we actually suffer because of delays. They have not covered authorities for providing infrastructure. So everything has been put on developers and maybe even agents, but it has not, the reasons which actually cause delays, they have not been addressed and they have been kept scot-free. So this is our major concern on this. But still we feel that giving transparency is always right, and at least this will decide who is the developer who can actually be relied upon and who can deliver. So the question of disclosures, it is only those developers who actually were not professionals and they used to collect money without making disclosures. So they will be in trouble. Now they will have to be transparent, open, straight, and share the information.
Moving on to our other big story that we're tracking here on Magic Bricks. Now, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in Pune on Saturday to kick off the city's smart plans. He is expected to launch 14 smart city projects for the city. Also expected are announcements for all the smart cities who will join this mega event through video conferencing. Now, Ruchi Deshpande, who tracks the Pune market, gets us exclusive report on what PM Modi might just announce tomorrow for Pune.
Come the 25th of June, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in the city of Pune to inaugurate a host of smart city projects. Now, when it specifically comes to Pune, Prime Minister Modi will be inaugurating 14 projects, 7 of which are at the pan city level, and 7 of them are exclusively for the Aun, Baner and Balewadi belt. The noteworthiest projects amongst the one that the Prime Minister will be inaugurating include, firstly, the slum rehabilitation in certain parts of Aun. This will be followed by certain projects related to enhancing the road transport as well as the connectivity in the city of Pune. They also include modern buses with alternative fuels as well as a common mobility card which can be used for any and every public mode of transport when it comes to the city of Pune. Apart from this, sources in the PSCDCL or Pune Smart City Corporation Development Limited tell Magic Bricks now that when it comes to the Aun, Baner, Balewadi belt, they are also looking at the retrofitting of footpaths as well as enhancing the road for enhanced connectivity, especially for the pedestrians. When it comes to those projects that they have prioritized at a pan city level, they include fixing LED lighting for the roads. They also include a GPS tracker that tells you when your bus is due to arrive. So when you just to sum it up, these are some of the projects out of the 14 ones that Prime Minister Modi will be launching exclusively to make Pune smart.
All right, Ruchi also gets us details on what's expected for the other smart cities who will join this mega event through video conferencing. Listen in.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be in the city of Pune to launch the smart projects. Now note that this will be for the first batch of 20 smart cities that were announced not a while ago by the Urban Development Department at the central level. So this essentially will apply to 500 cities under the smart cities as well as the Amrut mission. Let me just take you through what exactly will Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurate on the 25th of June. Well, firstly, he will inaugurate the urban development plans which will be spread for the smart cities to implement over a period of 5 years. Now, in addition to this, he will also outline smart plans to enhance the roads as well as the connectivity for these smart cities. He will also launch the Make Your City Smart contest, which includes the continued support of citizens in order to participate and plan their city and make it smart. In addition to this, he will also launch a smart net portal which will include keeping civic issues as well as citizen issues and crowdsourcing ideas and solutions for the same. Note that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will launch projects worth a whopping 2,900 crore rupees for all the smart cities. They will also be with a special focus on sewerage treatment plants as well as water treatment plants. So let's wait and watch to see what exactly happens on the 25th of June.
Moving on to our special series, Is Mumbai Rain Ready? Mumbai's civic body, the BMC, has run out of time. According to its own self-set pre-monsoon works deadline, the corporation will not undertake any repairs now till after the monsoons. Where does that leave Mumbai? Is the city better prepared to weather the monsoons this year? Yes, claims the BMC. No, say citizens who have flooded the civic body with 500 complaints in just 1 week of rains. Disha Shah gets us this report.
With this monsoon, BMC claims that 100% of the desilting work has been completed in the city of Mumbai. In fact, they also tell us that major and minor nalas have been cleaned in the city of Mumbai. Talking about the road repair work, BMC claims that out of 376 junctions that BMC was working in terms of road repair, BMC till Friday has been able to complete only 205 junctions in the city of Mumbai, and the remaining junctions will be taken up only post monsoon, which is from October 1 this year. However, according to our own analysis and our ground report that Magic Bricks Now reporters have been giving over the past 1 week, and of course when we also spoke to BMC corporators and citizen activists, they say that BMC has not been able to complete the desilting work in the city of Mumbai. In fact, they also tell Magic Bricks Now that 55% of the desilting work is pending in Mumbai, and this has somewhat reflected in the number of complaints that BMC has received in the last 1 week alone. In fact, BMC officials told Magic Bricks Now that in the last week alone they have received close to 500 complaints through their app, that is MCGM 24/7. In fact, the BMC officials also told us that majorly these complaints are related to waterlogging and poor quality of roads during the past 1 week. In fact, they also told us that BMC, out of 500 complaints, BMC has been able to resolve 250 complaints till date on an immediate basis, and remaining they are working on. And BMC also told Magic Bricks Now that majorly these complaints had come from traditional pocket areas like Kurla, Bandra, Sion, Andheri, Ghatkopar, which gets flooded every year, and this year too they received similar complaints from similar traditional pocket areas. In fact, all in all, if we talk about these facts and figures, this is underlining the fact that BMC is yet not ready for rains in Mumbai. This is Disha Shah from Magic Bricks Now.
Now, Magic Bricks Now also did a ground check on one of the worst affected areas during the monsoons, Hind Mata, to take a stock of whether the area is better equipped for the rains this time around. I was at Hind Mata earlier today. Take a look at what I found. Well, an hour or two ago here at Hind Mata, it was flooded, waterlogging was there. However, within 15 minutes of BMC getting into work, it's been much better. The water has receded. As you can clearly see behind me, there's hardly any water. However, residents of this area, of course, believe that this year it's comparatively better than the previous years, considering there's some sort of work that's happened by the BMC, and there is water logging. However, the water recedes much faster than the previous years is what residents tell us. However, they also believe that with more rainfall, perhaps it won't be the same story, and that's something that we'll keep a close watch on, considering the Met Department has told us that over the next couple of days they have predicted that there will be heavy rainfall in the city of Mumbai, and we're going to keep visiting this area and giving you regular updates on that. Now, I also caught up with a couple of shopkeepers in the area who bear the brunt of heavy rainfall come monsoon every year. Most of them say while the BMC has gotten some work done, they will still have to wait for heavy rainfall to really assess what impact it will have on the low-lying area.
इस साल में मतलब अभी तक तो ज़्यादा बारिश जोर में हुआ नहीं है, अभी गए संडे को बारिश हुआ था तो अभी समझो यहाँ तक पानी आया था। अभी आज भी थोड़ा बारिश हुआ कि यहाँ तक पानी आया, बाकी तो ज़्यादा अभी बारिश हुआ नहीं है।
अभी तो बारिश गिरा भी नहीं है इतना जितना चाहिए था। बारिश रेगुलर नहीं गिरा है। आज पहला दिन था जो बारिश ज़्यादा ही था और थोड़े टाइम के लिए पानी भरा था और तुरंत निकल भी गया था। तो पहले से हर साल जितना पानी भरता है तो रुकता है, जल्दी जाता नहीं है। तो इस टाइम पे पानी जल्दी चला गया, तो काम तो हुआ है और बीएमसी के ट्राई भी करे कि पानी यहाँ पे नहीं भरे, लेकिन अच्छी बात है कि पानी भरा और जल्दी निकल गया।
निकलता है 30% फ़र्क है, ऐसा बात नहीं है। 70% अभी भी है, 70% अभी प्रॉब्लम है, बाकी 30% कुछ फ़ायदा है, अभी कुछ कंट्रोल है, मगर पानी तो आता ही है। अभी भी भरा था।
नहीं, 20 साल करीब हो गया हम लोग यहाँ देख रहे हैं। बारिश समझो एक पाव इंच भी आधा इंच भी बारिश गिरा ना तो इधर फ्लडिंग हो जाता है। पंप का कोई वैल्यू नहीं है। पंप जिधर लगाया एक जगह से पानी निकाल के दूसरी जगह वही एरिया में छोड़ दिया जाता है। तो पंप का कोई मतलब नहीं है। पंप तो खाली बस बताने के लिए, खर्चा भी पब्लिक का ही पैसा जा रहा है पंप में भी। करोड़ों रुपए का भाड़ा लगता है, जो भी लगता है वो। तो और ये साल कुछ जो बोल रहे थे कि हमने काम किया है रोड का, तो काम के हिसाब से भी कुछ अभी निकला नहीं है। काम का पहला ही बारिश गिरा, 10 मिनट बारिश गिरा, पूरे सब दुकानों में पानी आ गया था।
Now, while the residents are in a wait-and-watch mode, Cooperative G North Ward Sandeep Deshpande is not very hopeful. Now, I also caught up with him earlier today and asked him whether he thinks Hind Mata is better prepared this year. Listen in.
See, Hindamata area basically falls under some others constituency. But as a group leader of MNS, I would like to tell you the work which had to be carried out in during the before the rainy season were not appropriately carried out, and the pumping stations again they have failed to pump out the water. And Hindamata, because it's a low lying area of Mumbai, I don't think we cannot claim that it will not be flooded when there is a heavy rain. It will be flooded when there is a heavy rain, but the pumping stations which were created for Hindamata, those have unfortunately not worked.
Okay, do you think BMC is rain ready? Mumbai is rain ready at this point, because 25th was the deadline and I don't think that deadline has been adhered to.
See, the cleaning of nalas, the cleaning of making the potholes clear, all these things are executive work, and this executive work is carried out by bureaucracy. So I think bureaucracy accountability should come in place.
Okay, but what kind of progress has happened in terms of work in Dadar and in Mata, etc. For the monsoon as of now to this day?
See, we are clearing all stormwater drains. We are trying to clear it. Whatever the nalas are there. If you go to Dharavi, there are lots of nalas. In Dadar West, you will not find any nalas, but in Dharavi, you will find nalas. And also, we have submitted the places where frequently road gets damaged because of heavy rain. Those places have been repaired before rain. But now, after this heavy rain, the work which was carried out during these things, how much they can sustain to this rain, I think that will be an interesting part to know and to see also.
Now, Magic Pricks Now also caught up with environmentalist Rishi Agarwal earlier today. He speaks on our campaign, Is Mumbai Rain Ready? Listen in.
You know, it is very clear that, Mumbai is not rain ready, and the civic body has not done its work this year too. I mean, the comparisons a little better or little, not so better is
there are improvements.
Yeah.
I mean, like again, when we say that paver blocks have gone and there's mastic asphalt, but I'll show you enough instances where the sloping is just not right. I mean, the contractor should know that the water should slope out towards the drain, and you'll see these small puddles build up. And then what happens is that the life of that patch will automatically reduce. If for the next 3 months there's water going to accumulate, it will crack. And if the life was for 5 years, you'll see it breaking in 2 years. Possibly that's how we are going to achieve our GDP target of 8% by continuously breaking our roads and then building them and showing them as addition to GDP. So I guess that's part of a strategy, maybe national strategy.
Rishi, you're a Mumbaikar just like me and just like millions of others who are watching us, and we are dreading what's going to happen to our daily commute to work over the next couple of months. We keep talking about it, and we here at Magic Bricks Now, we sent our reporters for 2 months prior to the monsoons. We've been speaking to the BMC, but net, this is where we are right now. Do you think there can be any last minute fix now at this point in time, just so that we can weather this monsoon and we can start work in all earnesty once the monsoon's over?
I doubt it if there can be any last minute fix, because like you know very well that some of these things are very dependent upon how you budget for them, and there is very last minute leeway around it. In fact, 2 months back I remember I was in an urban day debate show over here itself, and we had spoken at length upon participatory budgeting. So I feel that it's high time that even the budget which will come later this year starts reflecting these concerns, builds up from these 500 complaints, etc. And we aim for systemic reform rather than these ad hoc interventions aimed at just immediate redressal.
All right. Tell us, Rishi, in terms of areas, and now that we've landed up ourselves in the soup, and which are the areas which will be flood prone? What do you think are the problem areas in Mumbai this monsoon, the way things stand at this point in time?
See, I think the indications clearly are that it's going to be a good monsoon. We've just had a week or 10 days of rain, which means that we have bulk of the rains ahead of us. And the low-lying areas are clearly the big pain points. Having said that, the only silver lining I think is that we are not going to have enough high tide days during this monsoon. There are very few 4.5 meter plus high tides, and that's the only, I think, saving grace. And let's hope that when it rains, it's going to be low tide.
Meanwhile, Magic Bricks now will help you weather the monsoon this time around, but you as a citizen also need to do your bit. If your area is flooded, if there is a tree that has fallen somewhere, if there is water logging and you're there, do what Namrata did, take pictures, videos, location tag them, or tweet or email them to us, post it on our Facebook page. We have got an assurance from the BMC now that they will act on information we send them. So we will reach out to them and track the action they take. But you also need to reach out. Magic Bricks now will help you weather the monsoon. Moving on, Mumbai civic body, the BMC, has finalized the design of the ambitious coastal road project. The 33.2-kilometer road that is expected to connect Nariman Point to Kandivali has now been shortened to 29.3 kilometer and will begin from marine lines instead. This move has also brought down the project cost from a whopping 13,000 crore rupee to 11,000 crore rupee. But the BMC's move has faced flack from activists. Why? My colleague Aishwarya Palawal gets us more details.
Plan for one of the most ambitious plans that BMC has for the city is already out. Phase 1 of the coastal road, BMC has come out with its plan, which will go from marine lines till Kandivali. Now this road was estimated to cost the exchequer close to 13,000 crore rupees, but in this revised plan, this cost has been brought down to 11,000 crore rupees. The major reason is because the length of this line has been reduced from 33 kilometers to 29 kilometers. Now, many residents in Juhu were protesting against this, and because of that, Juhu area has been given 4 options. An underground tunnel could be built there, an undersea tunnel could be built there, a sea link could be built there, or a sea wall could be built on the beach so that this line can go through. BMC will decide on which course to take very soon. The state government wants this coastal road to be completed in a time-bound manner, and they have assured all the clearances to BMC as soon as possible. BMC on its part has already met close to 12 companies which have showed interest in building this. Official sources tell us that BMC will start the work on this project as soon as possible.
Moving on, a historical Friday with UK exiting the European Union as the global market spiral down. What does this mean for the real estate sector in India? According to JLL India, here are 3 to 4 possibilities. 2015 was a great year for foreign investments in real estate, and with the recent development on REITs, the industry now expects more money to come in. However, Brexit will see foreign investors pulling out their money from risky assets and emerging markets, meaning FDI or foreign direct investment inflows might be impacted. But you as a home buyer need not worry. According to JLL India, the real estate sector in India will continue to recover and Brexit will not impact that recovery. Additionally, JLL India thinks that the office market, which is dependent only 5 to 7% to the UK, will not be impacted much as well. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of the Property News on Magic Bricks Now. Thank you for watching.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.